All right, a little bit closer to home, though, and of more immediate nature, I have to say, and perhaps less perhaps definitely less metaphysical, and certainly it has nothing to do with spirituality, is the vexed issue of, it has to be said, school lunches, which is not going away. Yesterday, about this time, I reported that one of the subcontractors to the school lunch project, which was responsible, I was trying to work out, for roughly half of the school lunches in this country, has gone into liquidation. And that was the first time that I was aware that Compass, who had led the collective to get the contract for school lunches from the Ministry of Education, weren't actually making the school lunches. I naturally assumed they were, but they'd actually won the contract and then subcontracted it out to somebody else. What I've also discovered is that two of New Zealand's leading, if you like, sandwich makers in this country, Peter Pitt and what's the other one? Josh makes sandwiches, Subway, had bid for the school lunch project. Quite useful. But they said they couldn't do it for under $4 a lunch. And that was, from what I can work out, 50 cents a lunch more. And the government, or the Ministry of Education, was prepared to pay, which is how we ended up with Compass, who then won the contract and contracted it out to somebody else who went into liquidation, probably because they couldn't make a school lunch work for less than $4. Anyhow, so, but there are other people coming up with other solutions to the school lunch program, and one of those is Bay of Islands College, and its principal, Edith Painting-Davis, joins us now. Edith, welcome to the show. Lovely to have you on.
Oh, kia ora, kia ora.
Tell us a little bit about your school first. Where's the Bay of Islands College and what's your role?
Okay, so we are based in Kawakoa. A lot of people know Kawakoa because of the train that runs through the middle of it and the Handavasa toilets. So we have 100 of us are living in our area for a very long time. So that's our claim to fame, but that's where we're situated. And our role is 522 students. We have a Māori population on our roll of 88% Māori and 12% non-Māori. Yeah. And
what years are you? You all the way through? Years,
we're year 9 to 13.
Year 9 to 13.
Year 9 to 13.
So where are you drawing most of your kids from? Are they mostly rural based, are they?
I think we've got 15 contributing schools. Some of our bigger contributors like Kawakoa Primary School, Moeroa Primary School. We go all the way out to Rāwhiti, to Ngaiatonga, Punaruku. They're way in the head, sort of going towards Whangarei and out towards Russell Way. And towards the north, we go as far as Pakaraka. That's sort of on your way to Kirikiri and Kaikohe. And then further south, we go as far as Hukuranui. So we've got quite a large catchment area.
It's a lot of school buses.
A lot of school buses. 80% of our students travel to school by bus. So we definitely have a lot of hungry students come into our school because catching a bus often means getting up early to go and catch the bus.
No, my kids did that for the last few years as well. I certainly appreciate that. Listen, very quickly, so this is just prejudice on my part, so forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that on the basis of what you've told me, you live in an area of high deprivation. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. The earlier system of deciles, we moved from a 1B to a 2, but now they do the equity scale, and I think we're like it's like the colours of the rainbow, and we're just at the edge of the purple. So the red means high decile, and you're going through to Roger Biv, the violet. That's just sort of the equity scale. So we do have a lot of socio-economic families who are like, our demographic is that we do have a high number of socio-economic factors that contribute to the students' ability to have funding for things. But one of the things that the board is totally supportive of is keeping healthy lunches in schools. and
Okay.
that's why we still have it. It wouldn't have mattered what had been decided. The board had decided that whether we get funding or not, the students
Well,
would still be provided with free
and
lunches
that
this
was the
year.
question I was going to ask you.
Mm.
Long ago, before I guess the school lunch program came into operation, you realised, and so did your board, you had a problem, yeah?
Well, we had a tuck shop,
Yeah,
and we realised that with the tuck shop, it was only for the students who could afford to buy lunches or who were able to bring money to school. So we knew already there was a problem, that not all the students were eating, and we could see those problems in the behaviours in the classroom with those
yeah,
children either disengaged because they were hungry or behaviour problems because they were hungry. Yeah.
yep. No,
Or,
good on
or a
you.
combination of both sometimes.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
no, fair enough too. And good on you. Mind you, if you could solve all those behaviour problems with one school lunch, gosh, the world would be a great place, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's a lot easier. It honestly is. Lunch is not just about eating food. It's about sitting together. It's about taking time to just relax because we all sit down for 10 minutes. At 11 o'clock, we eat at 11 o'clock because we know that for some students they may not have eaten since the day before. So we try and make sure it's an early lunch. And it also allows us to, if there's anything left over, we can give them that at 1:30 when we have our big lunch.
Yeah.
And if there's any leftovers, we're able to serve them a second meal. But sitting together and just the way they just respect the whole sitting together, talking together. When they finish and they go and scrape their food scraps, put the rubbish in the bin, put the cutlery in the cutlery bucket, stack the trays, all that, and saying please and thank you, doing a prayer before they eat. We don't mind what language it is, just saying thank you very much that we have food. All those little things contribute to a culture of appreciating and gratitude.
So let me get this right. You do not rely upon the School Lunch Collective to provide you school lunch. You make it yourself on site for your kids.
Yes, and when the initiative first came in, we got a lot of support from the Ministry of Education to change our tuck shop into a working, like a commercial kitchen, which
Yeah.
means getting the industrial sort of stuff like the combi ovens, the stoves, the brat pans, lining the walls. You know, we've managed to do that with money, just the seeding money from the Ministry of Education, but because they were funding us $8.46 or $8 something per student at that time, we were already realising that we had a lot of surplus. We were making 400 lunches back then when we first started, and we knew there was a lot of surplus, and we said to the ministry, can we use the surplus money, the money that we're not spending, to outfit the kitchen, and they were very supportive of that. So now we've got a really awesome kitchen that we have in the school, and the only thing we've had to downgrade is actually the number of staff that we can hire. So $4 a day is what we're allowed, $1 for the wages, and $3 per student. And now that we've got 520 making 500 lunches a day, it's actually works out that we are sort of breaking even or even slightly under. Because
So let
we
me get
don't
this
have
right.
packaging.
Because you've opted out of the school lunches program, the ministry are giving you $4 a lunch a day. Yeah,
Yep.
is that right? And you say we're
Yes.
making a lunch for $3 plus $1 of that goes to pay our staff who are involved in the preparation of those lunches. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
You know, so see, I love you, Edith. I adore you, and I'll tell you why. I've been saying you are the solution to the school lunch problem in New Zealand. Instead of having it centrally made or anything like that, the best thing that you can do is get schools to do it yourself, doing exactly what you're doing, and that's why I love you guys. You're doing it. And I also like
But
the fact that, as you say, it's a sort of a communal enterprise, and you've got everyone involved in it. Does everybody get fed at lunchtime? Is it all the students, and do the staff get involved as well?
yeah, so one of the things I wanted to say to you is that not every school could do it. We could do it because we already had a sort of kitchen, and we've
You
got
had a tuck
a
shop.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the tuck shop, right? So we
Yeah.
had a space already. We just had to renovate it. Now, the second thing is some of the schools are quite huge. It would be a huge undertaking to expect a school of 1,500, 2,000.
Yeah, but those
So
sorts of schools, not all of them will need school lunch, will they? I mean, a lot of them would
well,
still.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I
it
haven't
wouldn't be in the
invested. You
deprivation
probably
area
know.
that you are in.
Yeah, so, but I sort of understand running a school and trying to teach and finding all the people to make lunch. It's a huge, that's a huge burden on principals, and I just think that we're very fortunate. So you were asking about, all the students who want to eat, they eat during that period of time. They go up and they get lunches. If they do not want to eat the lunch that's provided by the school, they still sit down for 10 minutes, and they're not allowed to eat any of their own lunch for that 10 minutes, but they can eat their lunch, if they brought lunch from home, they can eat it any other time, but during that time they just sit down too. Some of them choose not to go and get a tray, but they will grab an apple, because what we have is you go past the window at the canteen, there's two roller doors, and we have two lines lined up, and they line up, and as they grab their tray, they then go head towards the tables, and the tables usually have yogurts or fruit or a hidden veggie slice that I didn't even know what that was, but it actually has beetroot in it or something. But so some of the students won't get a tray, but they will get an apple or a banana or a piece of fruit or a slice. Sometimes there's all sorts of things there that they can go and help themselves too.
Do
But
you use
I
any of
would
the
say,
kids, Edith, in the preparation of the meals themselves?
yes, we have an option class which is called Healthy Lunches, and we only allow 3 or 4 students to be in that option, and so they go into the canteen twice a week,
Yeah.
and they put on their hairnets, covered shoes, apron, and they help with the prep or the service.